We have the one and only. I know from 2K TV. Okay, right?
Facts.
That's the first time you've seen her, right?
That's the first time I've seen her.
First time I ever seen her was the same thing. But welcome to the coolest podcast in the world, first of all. Hi, Rachel.
Coolest. Hi.
Thank you for coming and joining. I know our view is
Vision,
a little...
I know.
We'll work
we gotta
this
work
out.
on this,
The
Manny.
logistics. Thank you for coming. Thank
Thanks
you for
for
doing
having
this
me.
with us.
Yeah.
I know you said you're running on short sleep right now.
Mm-hmm.
So what were you doing exactly?
Had a flight this morning. I just got here.
Okay.
Oh,
From
straight
where?
here from LAX.
Yeah. Well, no. I had a hair appointment this morning.
Okay.
And then I had. If you're a girl, you would know that you spend about 3 hours getting your
Yes.
hair done.
Minimum?
I feel like minimum.
These guys take 3 hours to
Damn.
get their braids done.
Nah, not no more.
We used to-
I
used
used
No,
to have
sometimes it's even longer though.
I
right?
got rid of a braid lady for this though.
It should
She
never
took
take that
too
long.
Oh, she took too long.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was like, an hour max for me. If you can't do
Okay.
it in like an hour, I can't. Like, it's just
Yeah,
too much
that doesn't
time.
work for girls' hair.
Yeah, I'm
doesn't.
sure. Yeah.
So I was there, and then I had glam, then I came here. So
So does anyone pick you up from LAX? Because they know how they know.
me up?
Yeah, because when they judge friends by if they're willing to pick you up from LAX.
This is true.
That's
I can
very
ask
true.
these.
Oh,
These are my
no,
best
I
friends. Like
don't
ask them to pick me up, they'll say no.
I
They
probably
no,
say
I
no.
don't ask my friends.
Oh, see, you-
it's
so
a
you-
straight Uber. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, see, because she understands.
You know who your real ones are. If someone picks you
Yeah.
up from LAX,
If it's your
a real
first
one.
time, second time in LA, I might pick you up from LA.
But how long have you guys lived in LA?
We've been here 6 years.
6 years.
I've
John's-
been here all my life. So
Okay.
since I was born and raised.
So do your friends pick you up from the airport?
If I ask them to, yes. At this point, it's like a
Okay.
mutual LA thing. Like, I don't want to deal with Uber. I don't want to go all over the
Yeah.
place. Please just pick me up from where my bags are and like, you know.
Kind of hard. My mom got
Yeah.
here and she wanted to pick her up. So I was kind of busy. But I called her Uber
Why
truck.
was it like a 5 p.m. pickup or something?
It was like the worst time. I called her
Traffic
Uber
hour,
truck.
yeah, traffic
XOL.
hour. It's-
Yeah.
She made it there safely. I tracked the Uber. We're good. I couldn't drive. LAX is like not LA. It feels like it's not in LA.
Yeah.
So I lived here for like 9 years. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Was
Let's
that
start
recent?
before that. Let's start before that though, because we know we went to VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University.
Oh, VCU.
We went to VCU.
Yeah. Okay.
And you went to
Old Dominion. Yeah.
You with the
Rivalries.
ODU.
ODU.
Boo. Boo.
I'm honestly not the biggest fan of ODU either. So, as you probably know, I left.
What made you go
After-
to ODU?
Honestly, it was just the best offer. So nobody in my family played college sports, and so we were really naive and new to like recruiting and what that was about. And when ODU offered, they were like 11th in the country at the time. So
Yeah.
I just kind of took the best basketball school, and I had other schools that were looking at me that were smaller D1, like still D1, like Hofstra, a couple of the Ivy League schools, Ohio, Miami University of Ohio. But I was like, oh, this is my biggest opportunity to play ball. But I think the problem was I never wanted to play professionally. And I realized pretty quickly that all they really cared about was
Yeah.
how good you were at basketball and only basketball. So
Makes sense.
I wasn't really getting the education that I wanted while I was there.
That's a big thing. I was gonna say, looking
Yeah.
back at it, like, do you regret it because you were so focused on who's the best basketball team, but not really like the education and the other things that schools give you?
Yeah, I think I don't regret it.
Okay.
I think I might have done things differently, but everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I'm either going to stay here and be a really good basketball player in 4 years and then figure out what I'm going to do with my life, or I can leave now and really hone in. And even when I left, I had a lot of other like smaller D1 schools calling, like, you can play for us right now, like transfer here. And at that time too, you had to take a year off. I think it's changed a little bit with
changed now.
COVID.
It's changed now. Changed
Yeah.
now.
But still, a lot of schools were like emailing and calling, like, you can come here. And I was like, no, it's not about playing time. It's not about any of that. I'm
Makes
just
sense.
like, I'm done.
Dang.
Done with
ODU
basketball, you know what I
ODU's
mean?
education was due to?
Well, it was one of those things, right? And I don't know if it's changed from how they do it now, but they kind of sold you this perfect,
Yeah.
this is what the school is like. I thought I could major in broadcast journalism, which I knew I always wanted to do. And then I got there, it's like, no, just the communications classes is probably what you need to to major in so that it fits in with practice schedule. And I found myself like taking classes that I had taken when I was in like 8th grade.
Makes sense.
Just to fit in with practice.
See, to piggyback on that, I was considering going to ODU as well. I majored in broadcast journalism before I changed it to PR. I went to VCU for that, but they made me read so much news. I wanted to be like Stuart Scott when I graduated from
like that.
high school. I wanted to be like Stuart Scott,
Yeah.
Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith.
So you wanted to do sports?
I wanted to do sports broadcasting, but I didn't know so much news involved. You know, you had to read the news, you had to write for the news.
So I
changed it.
transferred to American University, which is in DC,
That's in
which is
DC,
like
yeah.
news capital
Yeah,
of all the
right.
things, right? And I did a lot of the news, but I kind of got to the point where they let me just cover entertainment
Makes
because I kept telling my professors, like, I don't want to cover this. I'm not going to. And it was funny, by the time I graduated, most of the girls in my class, and it was a small class, maybe like 20 people, all the girls had cut their hair short. They were
Yeah.
doing their makeup in a certain way
Yeah.
because our professors at the time were like, you guys look too young. If you're going to be taken seriously, you need to
Interesting.
look
Sheesh.
older, look more professional. And I was like, no, I'm
Different
not
world.
doing that.
I'm surprised they would say something like that. actually.
100%.
Different
Well,
That's
world
super
now.
sensitive. You even telling a woman like your appearance is not right is like not.
Oh,
Oh,
seen
she
the
used
right
to
way.
always
Or not
tell
old
me
enough.
like they wanted me to wear like a darker lipstick because I guess I did things that were more trendy at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
And my hair was like down to my waist. I was like, no, I'm not doing any of that. Like, I'll figure it out. You know, if I don't make it and it's because I look too young, so be it.
I think now with your Gen Z and millennials, they have less of that pushback when they graduate college and look for their career.
Well, there wasn't social media really at the time
Exactly.
either. Like, my first social media was Twitter, and I started Twitter when I was in college. And so really the only path to get into journalism was go to a local news station and kind of work your way up. And then I accidentally fell into YouTube, and it worked out from there. And I kind of grew up with
You probably made Twitter for a class.
the YouTube. I downloaded it for a
No,
class.
you probably made it for a class. When I
Yeah.
first signed up for Twitter, it was a requirement for our like journalism class. And that was
Because
like,
our professor would put your assignments
Yeah.
on Twitter, so you had to be following
Yeah.
everybody, and then we would submit things and kind of chat back and forth to each other. But yeah, you're right. It wasn't with the rest of the world.
and then everyone started Instagram.
Oh yeah, Instagram
And
took over.
Instagram
Correct.
took over. Do you think that changed? Like, since the mediums are different now,
Yeah.
you think it's easier or like more difficult for a college graduate to jump into doing broadcast
the real world?
journalism?
The real world in general, I think.
Well, I think broadcast is still its own thing. I think you still have to have a skill to host.
Yeah.
do you
right?
think that takes a lot of school, or do you think that's more like just
okay.
It's in you.
You.
I will say that school helped me a lot because I learned how to edit. I learned how to like set up cameras. I learned how to get a good shot, and I learned everything that goes on, like writing scripts. I got reps
Yeah.
in college, like reading prompter, all of those kind of things. So it just set me up to be in a
Makes
good
sense.
spot.
But you got a full ride, right? Did you get a scholarship to go?
Not to American University.
With
I did
ODU.
for basketball. Yeah.
So you got
but
the-
I didn't do anything there. Like I said, I was taking like
Okay.
8th grade classes at Old Dominion that I did not need.
And so my advice for people is, you could learn that trade without going to a 4-year institution.
That's my
paying
question
that
though.
bag.
Like, do you think that you could be a content creator and then shift from that just to like a Stephen A. Smith or a
Yeah.
Skip Bayless without doing the
I
school?
think you can. I think you can for
Now you
sure.
can.
But is that when you're an athlete already? Because the most of the times I see it, it's like the Shannon Sharps that have already been athletes and they're just like converting into the booth, and they know enough about the sport. But I feel like
Yeah.
somebody who just, let's say, does like content, maybe they're big online, but they
Yeah.
haven't done the schooling for it. Do you feel like it's even possible for them to be one of these figures like that?
I think anything is possible for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I think that, like, the reason why, I think partly why I became successful is because I've done a good job at splitting both lines. I can do traditional television, and then I can also
Yeah.
do the social media stuff and YouTube. And I attribute that to getting into YouTube accidentally, and I learned real quick from the comments, like, not to
How
talk
did you
like a
accidentally get into
newscaster,
YouTube?
right?
What do you mean accidentally?
Yeah, how do you accidentally
Yeah,
get into YouTube?
you just one day was like,
Just blew up, got viral.
No. So it's random. So I actually did not want to do sports production. After I quit basketball, it was a heartbreak in a sense, and I just stepped away from the game completely. So for 4 years, I didn't watch basketball, I didn't play basketball, I didn't anything because I was healing because it was my whole life, and I didn't even know who I was.
Can you
right?
still hoop now?
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back to that.
You
We'll
don't
come
It
back to
didn't
that.
really go away.
You don't lose that. That'll
Yeah,
never
it
go
didn't
away.
really go away.
You don't have to be humble. It'll never go away.
No.
Trust me, I know that.
So I was more into the entertainment side, and I interned at Entertainment Tonight, and I was kind of going down that path,
Yeah.
right? And so there was this audition to do this beauty reality series on YouTube that I got into, and I ended up winning. Clearly because I'm competitive, because I really don't know that much about hair and makeup and
Right.
fashion and all that, but whatever. I won. So I won my own show that Google sponsored on YouTube. And that's
okay.
how I fell into YouTube.
Sheesh.
Damn.
So a lot of people haven't seen that. I don't recommend you going to look at it because it's cringeworthy.
I'm curious now.
Everybody starts somewhere.
Can you bring it over
Please
here?
don't. We
Picture,
want to see
picture.
that. So
Of course
please,
we will
somebody
now.
show that to us.
But I was just getting flamed in the comments though, because I was taking how I learned how to host in traditional news to YouTube. And they're like, why does
Very
this girl
different.
talk like
was she
this?
talking like this?
Yeah.
So proper.
Because I had my news voice and I
Yeah.
was doing this. And then I was talking about makeup, but talking like that. So I learned quickly how to toe the line between both and kind of bring
Are you
them
still
in.
involved with YouTube now? Have you?
So my channel has gone through quite a transition. Right now we're posting a lot of Courtside Club clips just to my channel.
Podcast, correct?
Yeah, my show,
dope,
Courtside
Good for
Club.
you.
Yeah, thank
How's
you.
that going?
Right.
It's good.
How long have you been doing it for?
Since June.
Okay,
So
good.
last year I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And so, Jordan and Manny, who work with you guys, I'm like, can you guys just help me get this going, and got a crew together. I got my first 4 guests.
Lit.
I was like, this is how I want to do it. Let's just do it. And then
Do it
maybe
your
we
way.
can, what was that?
With podcasts, you could do it more your way.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, I think this show could be really cool. So we shot the first few episodes, and then, long story short, I ended up talking to Jamie Horowitz, who works at Omaha Productions, and they were like, "We're making this podcast network, and we like your show." So
I
I was
like
the-
Omaha. That's
Yeah.
like Peyton Manning and them. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
No, but anyway, what I was gonna say though is Omaha Productions ended up picking up Courtside Club. They partner with ESPN, so ESPN is the distribution partner for Courtside Club. We're almost done with season
Congratulations.
1. Thank you.
That's nice.
That's
And
dope.
so I wasn't really expecting it to sell that quickly, but it did. So we started it back in January, but it didn't end up launching until late June because of the acquisition
Yeah, makes
to
sense.
Omaha. Yeah.
So
Sheesh.
I had a question. You said that you knew you didn't want to be a professional basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
When did you know that?
Forever, I think.
Really? So-
yeah.
Okay, so then what made you
So-
pursue this, or pursue
Broadcast
basketball?
or basketball?
Basketball.
I don't know. I think weird kid things, because I tried every sport and I was good at a lot of things and I was not good at basketball. And for some reason I was like, I love this one.
And
Let's
you
keep playing.
Kept playing it.
And my dad was pretty much like, if you want to be, and I wanted to be the best, so I was sad because I was
Yeah.
like the worst one on my team when I first started when I was 10 or 11. He's like, you just have to work harder than everybody.
Makes
I was like,
sense.
okay, cool. So that's what I did.
That sounds scary.
I'm
Work hard.
5'8". Like, I'm not naturally that athletic.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, I didn't see anybody in my family play at a high level either. My dad is naturally athletic and he helped me a lot, but it was just kind of navigating that. And I always had a goal of playing Division I, but I didn't want to go pro. And I always had a lot of other interests too.
Like
Right.
what?
It was like
I'm saying,
everything.
Skateboarding
I don't know.
maybe. It's like, no.
No, I'm actually terrible at skateboarding. But
I've
I like
had
to
to
rollerblade.
skateboard. I got a
I
black
had-
eye one day.
I was like, no, I like skateboarding though.
Did
Rodney
you?
was-
I had
Rodney's
like-
skateboarding.
Skateboarding is so hard.
I had the most random
could-
like things I want to do because I hooped also, and
Yeah.
I feel you because I was the same exact way. Like
Yeah,
I played
yeah.
my first year. I went to a D2 though.
Okay.
But after that first year, it just like I didn't love the game no more.
Right.
Like it turned way more into a job for
It's-
me.
it
And then
is.
like
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
is,
get
bro.
to
And it's
enjoy
like, if
college.
you want that to be your job, then you know what you're working toward.
Yeah,
But-
professional. I knew I wasn't going professional. I'm
See, that's
5'10".
the, yeah.
What's
that's
your
the hard
realize?
that's the hard balance because I played Division I basketball too, right? And there was a certain point in my career where I'm like, I know I'm not gonna be in the
you're not
NBA
6'6"
anymore.
at this
Yeah,
point?
it's hard. So I respect anybody in the NBA. First
for
of all,
men, also, like I will say, it's the competition is so steep, and the physical part of it you kind of need.
Yeah.
Unless you're like crazy, insanely
Unless you got a
talented that you
clip,
can be
like a deep range
smaller,
tray
you
bar.
know?
But even
Are you in a-
that, you 6'4" doing that.
I'm
are
like
you in a
5'8".
relationship with somebody who plays basketball? I don't know. I don't know your relationship.
Three and D.
I figured you were, right?
We all know.
Andre Roberson, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
Robertson.
Robertson, damn.
A lot of
Roberson.
people say Roberson.
We've been
so-
saying
That's
Roberson
what I
ever
know.
since he was with Russell Westbrook and Katie and all.
Roberson.
We've been saying
Yeah,
Roberson.
yeah.
Roberson. Okay. So even with him, right? He's probably
Like 6'9".
Yeah,
He's
he's
6'7".
physically
6'7"?
yeah, physically, he's just gifted already. So it's
Yeah.
like
and he's
people who
naturally
are.
very athletic.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. He could do so many things, and then even players like that, like it's hard to stand out crazy in
hard.
the NBA because there's so much talent out there. You know what I mean?
Well, that was even with me. Like, I'm 5'8". Like I said, I can't jump, not that fast. So I controlled all the things that I could control. So I just became a really good shooter.
Yeah.
It just lights out. You know what I mean?
Smart.
And I also made it, like, my conditioning was really high. I could play the whole game. I might not be able to beat you down the court, but in the fourth quarter I can because I'm not
Okay.
winded.
Yeah.
You know, so it's controlling those kind
Yeah,
of
control
things.
your advantages.
Right.
Like if you're advice out there, if you're out there playing basketball, you're not the highest jumper. There's something you
figure
can do
something
out.
better than
Figure
everyone.
something out. Yeah.
My
Best
coach is gonna
dribbler
say
out
that
there.
too. Like it's something you'll be able to do better than everyone else on the court. Just find that, master that, and
Yeah,
then
you have to figure out
you'll
what
be okay.
that is. But yeah, like the men's game is completely different in that regard.
But I see like even women's game today. I see some girls drop step dunking, two hand dunks.
All right, who?
No, the
I
girls.
see
It's
it.
evolving.
The girls are
Drop step
evolving.
dunking?
for
He's
sure.
thinking Dwight Howard.
I know.
No,
I'm thinking,
I'm
like,
like
what?
two hand. I seen a girl
About?
on the clip
Doing
catch the
what?
ball in the paint and dunk it. And she was like 6'4".
What,
6'4"
She's
is
not
crazy.
6'8". though.
That's crazy though.
Some guys
I've never
6'4".
seen that.
Don't even,
But
I
I've
can't
never
do that. I'm
seen
6'4".
I think the
Yeah, I
girls
can't
just
do
have to see that it's possible. You know what I mean? It's like that 4-minute mile,
Yeah, it
right?
makes sense.
Nobody could break the 4-minute mile until somebody did it, and then once they did it, all these other people broke it.
Makes sense.
Do you
know?
think
Yeah,
20
true.
years from now we'll see women's basketball like in a completely different space where they are dunking regularly or anything like that, or do you feel like there's just physical limitations to where that's not gonna happen?
I mean, I think there's always physical differences.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I also don't think that girls or men should be ashamed of that or think
Yeah.
that there's something wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think to elevate the women's game, we'd need everybody out there dunking. And
Yeah.
I've heard that point made by so many men. And like, that doesn't make sense because we're still not going to be able to dunk the way that John Morant's dunking.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Or Nate
Nobody.
Robinson's dunking.
Oh,
So what do you
yeah.
think
You know?
changes the game, or what would change the game to make it more like, I guess, entertaining or picked up more by people to watch on a regular basis?
I think that there's a couple elements, right? I think firstly we need to get more invested in the individual players because some of those players are so unique and so cool. Even look at Shanae,
Yeah.
who's on ESPN now.
And she still currently plays, right?
Yeah.
So-
Somebody like that, somebody like Candace Parker, who's
Yeah.
made such a name for herself. There's a lot of these other women who just don't have that visibility. And I think with social media, it makes it a lot easier for these girls to make a name for themselves. Like even younger, these girls in college that we're following on TikTok.
Makes sense.
Or if it's like, if there's a girl who starts shooting like Steph Curry does for the guys, like
Yeah.
that is one thing that
Remember
girls
Jimmer for that?
can do better
Oh, Jimmer.
than the men or just as good.
I hear you.
Because it doesn't take as much
The thing was,
Yeah.
strength or athletic
what's her name?
ability.
They used to order Sabrina Ion school. She was getting triple doubles daily though.
Yeah,
Daily.
I think it's.
So-
I think
stuff
the
like that.
important thing is like branding. Like they
Yeah.
got to start branding
Yeah.
themselves
And
more.
it's also Paige Beckers.
Oh yeah, her.
That's another one.
Bucket,
Like
yeah.
she's
But she
if
got hurt,
she,
I think.
yeah, but if she can stay healthy, like she's nasty. Like she's really good.
Yeah. So those.
And
I
she's
think,
really exciting too. So I think it's getting invested in the girls in that way. And then I also think like I would love to see the numbers on how many men versus women watch sports.
Yeah.
Of all sports, right?
Of all sports, yeah.
Right.
You're right.
Because there's also argument. Well, tell the females to watch it. You know,
they don't really-
like. But a lot of girls don't. Half
What?
my friends don't care about sports.
Yeah.
Right.
Even if
At
they can play
all.
sports, they probably really don't watch them
I
much.
feel like that's such a young girl thing though to be invested in as far as sports because their mind is so open and like your parents put you in sports.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of those viewers come are younger females though.
For sure.
But that's why I think like the WNBA is like low key falling short because it's kind of like y'all have a big audience though. Don't get me wrong, because young girls do play a ton of sports.
Yeah.
Any sport. Even they're not going to NBA, but you know what I'm saying. But it's just like the entertainment of the WNBA is not being like capitalized like you're saying. It's like
I think too, it is really young, right? They just had 25 years
Yes,
of the
that's
WNBA,
true. Yeah,
and you
very
guys
true.
can fact check me. And the NBA just had their 75th. So
It's young. It's a young.
like that's
organization,
really
new
young
company, yeah.
comparatively.
Yeah.
And so I think the over stress of like, what do they need to do? How do
Yeah.
they need to change it? It's like, it's gonna keep
that
evolving.
too. I
Like
agree.
we have more access to all these girls now. They're
Exactly.
really dope. Whether you want to watch their game or whether you want to follow them only on social media and watch highlights, like we do that for some NBA players too.
Yeah, just let them play. Yeah.
Right.
Just let them play and let the game evolve.
Yeah, it'll
how it should
progress.
evolve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
time.
Branding
like, with time.
helps any sport, any individual, no matter the gender. So I think
Yeah,
branding
for
is
sure.
branding is key, and like you never know what might happen.
I feel like we were talking about this earlier though.
We were. Brandon
About
with
what?
About just the difference in between the NBA and WNBA. I'm sorry.
We were having this.
I can't watch it personally.
Then don't
Nothing
watch it.
against it. No, I'm not. I'm just
You
saying.
want
I
dunks?
just
What's missing that you don't want to watch
I
it?
don't know, man.
Me personally, the time that I was really invested in WNBA was probably like 2 years ago. Sue Bird when they went. Sue Bird and Breonna Stewart, they won. I was watching that. I didn't watch it much before that playoff run. I was watching Sue Bird. I was like, oh, she's OD.
Yeah,
Like Steve Nash.
The thing is, I respect these girls because their game is OD. Like
Yeah.
they can
Yeah.
really play.
Yeah.
Like they can really
Nah, that's
really
true.
play. They can shoot. They can dribble. They can do everything.
I
It's
probably
just
can't beat not one player.
we
one-on-one.
see so much of
Hell no.
Russell Westbrook and LeBron James and all these people running down the court and doing this that like we just don't
Overlook
tune
it a
into
little
that.
bit,
We
yeah.
overlook it exactly.
Makes sense.
So
I think
it's
that's
kinda-
my issue. I just
But that's-
overlook it because I watch
Yeah.
so much NBA. It's just like
Exactly.
I watch. I'm like,
There's only so much time in the day to watch what you want to watch. Like I'm never gonna say like you have to watch. If
Yeah.
you don't want to, don't.
Yeah,
Just
You
be
know,
I
I
think
don't agree with
curiosity helps.
people putting them down
of course.
Oh, yeah,
not.
100%.
either.
Do you think it comes down to the relatable thing we were talking about too? Because it's less relatable for us to watch them and relate to what they're doing versus like
But okay, let me ask you this: what female sports do you watch?
Female sports I do watch. Softball. I was watching softball
Tennis.
every time they play.
Tennis.
Do you watch
Actually,
softball?
tennis.
How
Tennis.
much? How
Tennis
much
is
do you watch
intense.
softball?
I watched the World
You don't watch
the College World
Exactly.
Series.
So what? So one game a year? That's
I
what
watched
I'm
the
saying.
College
Name
World
one
Series of
softball player.
softball.
Name one softball player.
I can't believe
What
you,
is the professional softball league?
my
I was thinking I watched the College World Series of softball, and I've watched soccer. I watched soccer.
Aye,
Other than that,
But
it's
do you,
basketball.
but do you watch soccer when it's like World Cup or Olympics?
only,
Is that-
only the major events.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Only major events.
I watch
so
tennis.
you
WNBA
don't.
playoffs.
So none of you watch women's sports regularly.
No.
I don't
Tennis.
even-
Tennis is the only thing I would tune into though.
Who? Is it a certain player?
It was because Serena.
Okay.
So that whole like,
So that's-
true, yeah.
that's
that
my
makes
point.
sense, yeah.
Or
They're not really.
So you're invested in
In a
Serena, so you want to
person.
watch her.
There
you
If
go.
there's this
You're right.
random new girl that you don't know, and she's going up another random girl you don't know, you don't really care.
Exactly.
But if you're invested in Serena, you're going to turn on her.
That's true.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
you
watched
watch
that whole
tennis,
U.S. Open, watching the other tennis matches, but she wasn't even in it.
yeah, you want.
But I tuned
think we're
into it
watching
because
only,
Right.
she was.
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
only like
That's true.
major
Hey,
events. It's like the major
Might
events.
be honest, something right there. That's very true.
What was the
Olympics.
first like what was the first like I guess breakthrough for you with content and just like the creating you were doing? I know you said you had the show with Google or before that. What was the show before that you said? It was like a
2K TV.
well, no, I remember 2K
2K TV.
So was that directly after the YouTube you had?
It was a little while after okay, so I told you about the 4 years off basketball, right?
Yes.
One day, like randomly, I got the urge. I was like, I want to shoot again, but I was nervous because I had not played in so
Shoot
long.
what? A basketball?
Yeah.
You hadn't shot a basketball in 4 years.
No, 4 years. Yeah.
She said she was done. Bro.
off.
Completely
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, you got
Yeah, it was
attachment.
really
You
done.
love the game, man.
Jordan.
He just
Wow.
didn't love the game that much, man.
That's amazing. I mean, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
understand.
went into this like private gym that was at my apartment complex at the time by myself because I was like, I'm gonna be so bad. Anyway, I wasn't. I could still shoot, so that was cool. And then, oh yeah, there was this Nike Skills. This is what happened. There's this Nike Skills challenge that I saw on Twitter. Ended up entering that, and I won that too. So then I started working with like Nike, Adidas, East Bay. And so I was I was interviewing some of their athletes as well, but they were like internal interviews. So no one would ever see them. It was just like for the company.
Makes sense.
So yeah, I started doing that. And then 2K saw videos on my YouTube channel. They actually reached out to Ball is Life because I was doing stuff with Ball is Life
Remember that,
because
yeah.
they didn't know how to get in touch with me. And then the guy from Ball is Life, anyway,
Reached out.
that's how it all
Yeah,
happened.
awesome.
Yeah. So I auditioned with them and interviewed with them, and then that's kind of
You brought a whole nother element to 2K TV, I think, and they're still running with it.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like it
cool.
though. We're heavy 2K.
So
people.
when I started, did you see season 1?
Yes, of this year.
This year?
No,
a while
season
ago.
1 of 2K TV.
2K.
Oh, like 2K.
Like 2K.
I'm pretty sure I saw the
18.
Was it
first
like
ever.
15?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I saw the first ever because it popped
I'll
up on my
say-
screen one day. I was
Yeah.
like,
What
And
is
you're
this?
like, what?
yeah,
I
what's
have to
going
say,
on? Who is this talking?
I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay.
I remember the first episode because they were also still like working with the technology of
Yeah.
having a television show in the game. And so every time you like went from the main screen to somewhere else, it would restart the episode.
Yes.
Right.
So
And
it
I
was
would
like,
hear you
hey
in a
guys,
loop
hey
over.
guys, and it would
Yeah.
restart
Hey,
it
guys.
again.
It was just a thing that goes through our ear out the other.
I
We just
will
know,
never
hey guys,
forget
But
that.
people
Yeah.
were pissed because they're like, this girl is so annoying. She just keeps saying, like, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, over and over. And so that's kind of how even that phrase came to life. And then there was the Hey Guys Awards. There's all this kind of stuff.
They're
But
really a Hey Guys Awards.
there was. We
Yeah.
named it after me being obnoxious, essentially. But no, it was fun. That first season was because they hired me first before even anybody else for that show. So we built it from nothing.
Shout out to 2K.
And so like my scripts, the segments, everything, I had such a huge part in the creative process. And I feel like a lot of people don't know that either.
Yeah,
They
we didn't know
kinda-
that.
I didn't know
we
that.
just thought you was
Yeah.
like just hosting.
That's the host, so yeah.
No, a lot of those ideas
So
were
you-
mine.
So you're much more than that.
That's more. Do you play 2K?
No.
Oh, dang.
I did a little bit when I was there. And I would, but it's like everybody's too good.
Right.
At 2K?
It just
Like
makes
me.
me feel like shitty about myself. Yeah.
And you're competitive. You like to win everything, so that probably
I
doesn't
dunked on
fit
one of
with
my
you.
coworkers once. Shout out John. And I like retired after that because he was like really, really good.
Yeah, 2K.
at the
I've
game.
learned now is 2K is just if you're not good enough.
Yeah.
It used to be a kid game. It used to be like, all right, kids play
yeah,
basketball.
yeah.
Now it's more
Yeah.
so
You
competitive.
have to grind.
You have to grind.
I mean,
Have
it's
you
a
ever put on
2K
one of those
league.
suits? You know,
Yeah,
the
I
big
did.
black suit
Yeah.
with the yeah.
I
What they have
did.
you doing in there?
So my jump shot was in the game for a while.
okay.
Do
Oh,
you
really?
remember
Oh,
that?
really?
People are actually, I still to this day, I've been gone for almost 5 years now. I don't know if you.
From 2K?
Time flies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Time flies.
And people still ask for my jump shot to be back in the game.
Because it falls.
They
green.
perfected it. Yeah, they greened it all
It
the
was a
time.
good shot.
They got women. They
Yeah.
have the whole women's segment of the game now.
Yeah, that's all I want to talk about next. They ushered in a lot of women's signatures into 2K.
Yeah, they
as
did.
well. Now you can't really make a woman my
woman
player
build,
though.
yeah.
You're just kind of different, but you get all the women. You know, you
Like
get like
jump shot
Candace
kind
Parker's triple threat. You get like,
Yeah.
you know, Diana Taurasi's crossover,
The signature moves,
stuff like
yeah.
that. But I don't know. Would you think 2K is gonna go with that? You think they're gonna have like a my part girls and guys like in real life?
I think it should be you could do anything. So
Yeah.
you could be a girl if you want. You could be a guy if you want. You could do either one. And if you're in the park as a girl and you're hooping, so what? Like that's
so. If
I
you
don't
if you create a girl on 2K, will you dunk on 99?
You should be able to. It's your player. It's not, it shouldn't be because she's a girl.
Girl with 99 strength in the park.
Yeah,
No, that's true.
but why would you?
It's not even-
You
it's
can't
not
limit
realistic.
them to put. What? So what are you gonna put? Women can only be 70 vertical. That's crazy.
I mean, if you
can't
think
do that.
about it,
It's like a girl built body and shape, bro.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's
I
my
will-
player. It's all fictional, anyways. You're not 6'10" and you can't dunk either, so it's the same thing. It's all the same. It's all relative.
That's
you
true.
can't do what
It's
you
right.
do in the
you
game
can
anyway.
like build however you want.
Yeah, well,
That's true.
kind of.
They limit it.
make
They limit
it
it.
to where you can't be LeBron and Steph. put
I'm
together.
really not tapped into the game.
I know we
Yeah,
just
that's
schooling
good
you.
stuff.
It's cool. We
But-
we
okay.
missed you on 2K. So
I play
hey.
Minecraft now.
Do you really?
Minecraft.
Do you play any other games?
No. Okay, so did you see the show that I hosted with FaZe Clan last
Face
year?
cans are legends.
I didn't.
Okay,
Enlighten us.
so they did a reality series and it was wild. But anyway, they had these contestants like living in the warehouse and I was the host of that and it was a 24/7 live stream.
Huh.
Long story
That's
short,
sick.
there was a COVID outbreak and we had to take this whole break from it. So we were all secluded in our rooms and we were all playing Minecraft together. So we built this whole like FaZe
Like
Clan
on Zoom?
Minecraft
Sick.
world.
Yeah.
It was actually really fun and I got super into it. When I get on a game now, I don't want to be stressed out. And my life is stressful.
Every game is
You know what I
stressful.
mean?
How do you
Yeah.
de-stress? Like, what kind of things do you do besides Minecraft?
Hang out with my cats.
Okay.
Cats?
Go to
How
the
many cats do
gym.
you have?
I have 2 cats.
Oh God,
Sunny and Sky. And
I'm not a big fan of cats. I'm just scared of cats.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm scared of cats.
You either love them or you hate them.
Nah, seriously.
I think it's you either love them or you don't understand them.
I don't understand that.
All right.
Coming from a cat lady.
I was
herself.
about to say,
Coming from
a
Cali,
cat
so-
mom is
Because
gonna
do you like
defend.
dogs?
Yes.
I
have dogs.
I love
I like
dogs.
dogs.
Yes.
Okay. So dogs and cats, their behaviors are completely opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see a cat wagging their tail, they're pissed. If you see a
Oh,
dog
see.
wagging their tail, they're happy. So you see how you could get confused?
Yeah.
That's just like
Yeah.
when a cat rolls over on its back and shows you its stomach, it doesn't want pets. It wants to show you that they trust you. So if you go to pet them, then you just broke their trust, then they attack you.
Oh,
shit.
So you get what I'm saying?
I've been there before.
Yeah.
I have the weirdest
little things like
weirdest
that.
interactions with cats, bro.
Okay, so your
Anyway.
cats, you hang out with your
Cats,
cat?
I go to the gym.
Okay.
chill. I'll like shoot around every once in a while, but I don't ever play 5-on-5. I would love to consider myself retired from celebrity games and from 5-on-5.
I was about to just ask
You
that.
did
Do
that,
you
right?
still
Are you
do
announcing-
celebrity games?
Are you announcing on our
just done with
platform that
that?
you're retired?
I would like to, but I guess that leaves it open, right? Everybody always comes out of retirement.
Right.
But yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm
Dang.
like done for good. Because after the LA All-Star game, I just had a great game. It was in LA. It was a great All-Star.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew, but I customized that uniform. Like I gave them the specs on the size and like I gave them the length of the short that I
That's dope.
wanted.
Yeah.
I had my shoes customized. Adidas made these really cool like Cheshire Cat sneakers.
That's nice.
I was leading scorer of my team.
You was,
Like had
I
a
know that.
couple viral moments. Like you can't.
It don't
You
get
can't
better than
top that.
that.
I can't
Yeah.
do that
You can't
again.
top that.
It's like winning
Yeah.
the Super Bowl and walking away.
You didn't get MVP though. Why didn't they give you
Because
MVP?
my team lost. I would have
Oh.
gotten MVP if my team won. So like Paul Pierce and Candace were both on my team. They
y'all
didn't want to
lost.
play.
Oh,
Like, can you guys just play selfishly
So y'all
for
can
me?
well, Paul
Yeah.
Pierce.
so
Talk
that
about
I
better
can
D-Wade.
get the MVP.
You were like an automatic shoe-in for every celebrity All-Star game, no matter
I did
what.
2 of them, yeah.
But like,
But then after LA, I was
but
like,
you done
I'm
like
good.
you did do the smaller LA games?
Okay, so no.
Like
the
influencer
only
games?
no, the only celebrity games I do are All Star and Final Four.
Only the good ones. Only the main ones.
Big dog, man.
But then I
The
think
big dog.
I think the Final Four ones are done now. Also, I think they're just like discontinuing that game because Shaq was always my coach for that. So I did that for about 6 years, and then since that's ending, I think I'm done.
Completely
That's
done.
it. Yeah.
There's no pickups. No like.
Definitely no pickups.
No,
for you.
no 3-on-3 in the park.
It's just
over.
it's too much risk and reward for what? You know what I mean?
Right.
For some cloud at the park.
Bragging rights.
I don't
I
need
say
it
bragging
anymore.
rights. All I
Ball is life clip.
When you get to a certain age when your hoop dreams are over, all you want is bragging rights at the park.
But I think for me,
I'm
it,
there
like,
now, my boy.
it mentally, like, it helps me mentally, though. Like, when
Yeah.
I play basketball, because I was so over it for so long. And then I think when I finally got back into playing basketball, I really started
Yeah.
enjoying it again. Because it's not a job for me no more. It's just I go there, give you a
Yeah.
bucket, give
You
you
don't
a
give me
bucket.
no buckets.
and then
You don't
that's
give me.
it.
You don't never give me a bucket.
I cook both of them, and then I just
Cap.
go home, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
I do gymnastics now.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
Damn,
that's
that's
kind of
difficult.
my
like
outlet
real
now.
gymnastics, like a few flips after a time.
Yeah, so I tumble
Superwoman.
now.
Did you just learn how to tumble, or you always been kind of?
So I did. That was my first sport.
Was
when
like
I was a
gymnastics?
kid. Yeah, and then I was not good, so I just tried everything else. And then now I'm better than I was when I was a kid, so that's kind of cool.
So you're
I had
currently
like the
doing that?
tiniest bit of muscle memory, but I haven't done it since I was like 9 years old.
Gymnastics is.
Yeah.
How do you jump into
Yeah,
gymnastics?
gymnastics. Yeah, how do you jump into that? I feel like people that do
Like,
gymnastics
That's scary.
are born into
I
it.
would
Not
be
like
too
you
scared to
jump
do
in the
that.
pool and swimming. That's like.
Yes. Gymnastics is
Swimming.
I'm saying that's
Oh,
totally
yeah.
different. That's hard to do. Like you just.
I think I
gonna
like
start
it
flipping
because
again.
I'll never like I get bored of things easily, right? But I'll never be able to hit my ceiling in gymnastics. Like there's
think
always
that?
gonna be something I
Do you
can
feel like you
learn,
can hit your?
know?
I don't think you can hit your ceiling in anything, to be honest with
She
you.
hit her ceiling in basketball already.
I don't think so.
I hit where I want to be in basketball.
Exactly.
Yeah,
She
I
hit where
don't
she
care.
wants to be, but there's no ceiling, in my opinion, for almost anything.
Yeah,
I hit
but
my
there
ceiling.
is when you're older because
Yeah, exactly.
what? You're
But you're
not
not
playing
old.
pro, so like
Yeah, my
what? I'm
ceiling
gonna
is
find
done.
the best 24-hour fitness to play at.
Yes.
Like,
Nah,
Exactly.
No, but I,
Exactly.
no,
You're
but I'm
done.
saying, well,
like the competition,
That's your ceiling.
right?
Your ceiling's done.
Yeah.
no,
Your 7 p.m. runs
I'm
at
seeing it-
24 is that's what you're gonna get.
Well, I'm seeing it as like the talent you have. You don't have a ceiling to the talent that you have.
Yeah, but how do you
can
measure?
still get better.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you're casually playing basketball now, like how do you measure your success? Like a rec league?
Well,
And you,
it
like,
depends on what success is for
or
everybody.
like getting
right?
on the gun and shooting 70% or something.
No, because
you
let's
know?
say right now in my current state, I wanted to go play basketball professionally. I can do that. I wouldn't go to where maybe I want to go right now. I don't want to go
Yeah.
to some random country and get paid, a little
Where
amount
you
of
playing
money.
professionally?
Huh?
Where you playing professionally?
I could dead ass right now go to Mexico, El Salvador, and play.
Oh yeah, so like that.
and get, bro. You think I'm joking?
So that no.
I mean,
I'm dead serious. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to do that. There's
Yeah.
because there's
Baby.
other things. There's
He said.
there's better
so yeah,
opportunities.
So yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my ceiling's
If you
not
wanna
24.
right, but to do that, you'd have to change like your whole life.
For
Exactly.
sure,
It
but I
has to be-
could.
it has to
That's
be
my
like
my
a-
point is I could, and there's no ceiling on like.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm,
I
I'm
get-
letting you know, son. You
I
35.
get what you're saying.
You
I'm not
35. I'm
35.
saying
I'm
when you turn
35.
35, 36, your ceiling. You're probably past your ceiling.
My
at that point.
basketball ceiling.
You
yeah,
probably got a
but
hole in your ceiling at that point. Son. It's over.
My basketball
It's
ceiling,
over.
yes, but I wouldn't even pursue.
You're checking
that
into
anymore.
LA
John, if
Fitness.
you want to go play in Mexico, I'll be right there cheering for you, bro. I'll be there courtside.
I'm good. I'm good.
Sign
No,
up.
the NBA's like trying to make a team there, aren't they?
Yes,
I'm
Yeah,
sure
Mexico
they
City.
are. They're trying to make
Maybe
it
I'll play
Mexico,
with them.
Africa.
Man,
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That's
like
OD.
the first recruit.
That'd be okay.
Hey, John, if you want to
That
go,
might have been the most delusional thing I heard in a minute. son.
if you're not in the Drew League, averaging
Yeah,
25,
Why would I even?
just
My
saying.
thing, that's not my passion. I don't want to do that.
I get it, I get it,
I'm
I get
saying
it.
no, like there's no ceiling. in
There's
my
no
life.
ceiling.
I guess gymnastics
For the love of the game.
is like a good workout, and I feel young, and it's kind of scary, which is fun.
super
Yeah.
scary.
Adrenaline
I see
You
some.
know?
I've
Yeah.
seen Final Destination, the movie, before. So
What does that do for you?
you never seen
They're
that?
doing
movie?
like everything but gymnastics.
I know. That's like,
it was a gymnastics
You
scene in
got
that
things
movie.
flying
Is
through
there?
cars.
Oh my
Is it?
god!
Wait,
You said
what did they do?
gymnastics- Yeah,
What
what?
did they do?
She folded it in half. Like she did some, thing on the
it's
pole.
all about right though.
Yeah, like
they came out with 8 Final
Then she got on
Destination
the,
movies.
she got on
this
the,
is
you
like
know,
Final Destination.
the
11.
balance beam, and then did a
Well, we
backflip.
stopped
High
watching.
school
Folded.
edition.
Oh my god! I don't know if we can add this clip to the show because it's a family
High
show.
school
Copyright.
Don't add it. Just look. Final
A
Destination.
family show.
This is a family
Nah,
show.
this isn't. This is like.
This is not a
not a
family show.
family
I've
show,
seen
no,
your guys'
no.
He just watched the
episode.
Peacock
Oh.
series talk about Final Destination.
We're not. She's saying we're not a family show. Can you let us know why we're not?
We're not. We're unfiltered.
We're not a family show.
We're not filtered. There's no filter.
We're filtered.
We can talk about whatever we want, so it's not a family show. But families can watch us and
You
enjoy.
no.
Tell us.
You talk about like OnlyFans and like Andrew Tate and like
We don't talk about Andrew Tate.
scenes in adult films.
We have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
We're like a
Wow.
reality
check.
close family.
It's not.
Close to a
It's
family
not so extreme though.
Is that too
It's
extreme?
not
I wouldn't be here if it was.
Yeah, we don't want to be
crazy,
too
you know?
extreme. See, exactly. We'll miss out on
Let me
guests
see what
like
they're
you.
talking about.
But we're
It's
too
like
extreme.
PG-13.
There
It's
you go.
PG-13
17.
plus.
No.
As experienced as you are, can you give us tips? Because we're new to this podcast world, new to this, video production and
Yeah.
like interview. We're new to all this. We're just having conversations with each other and guests.
Yeah, you guys are doing a good job.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I think that's where it's at now. Like, I honestly envy some of the shows that have a core group that gets along and can chat. And maybe it's just because I don't have many friends to do that with. Or my friends are just in a whole different world
Understood.
that, like, I asked one of my friends once if she could name one person on the Lakers, and she couldn't do it.
Wow,
Not one.
Not LeBron James.
I mean,
No, she's like, I know it. I know there's that
people
one
don't
guy.
watch
He's
the
really
Lakers,
good.
man.
Couldn't
The
do
Lakers
it.
are bad.
I don't
though.
watch the
You gotta give her
Lakers
another
right
team.
now. Sorry.
Maybe
No.
the Lakers aren't
No,
are
she
that
wouldn't
good.
know any.
One of the biggest, most popular teams. For
But
sure.
they suck,
You gotta
though.
at least know LeBron. Like, if you don't know who LeBron James is, that's
I get it. Maybe, yeah. I mean, she's still your friend, or maybe new friends.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of my friends, it's like I live like a Hannah Montana life, or like two separate lives. I have this kind of like
Oh.
sports
Sports
world.
friends, and then like your
And then
homie,
my
homie.
best friend's like a speech language pathologist,
Oh, really?
interior designer, like photographer.
Where did you meet these friends?
dancer.
That sounds like a better group than us already.
All right.
yeah, right.
More
We just
established
sit
group.
here and talk
We
to
still
people.
talking about playing basketball in Mexico.
Mexico and OnlyFans.
We talking about OnlyFans, Mexico. What's next?
We need
About
to
to go
start.
sign
We
my
need
Wait,
Mexico
can you guys,
contract.
you guys should start like a 3-on-3 league.
3-on-3 league.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea, actually.
I'm not playing with these two. Both of them.
I
I'll take
retired. I
one.
retired from playing with these fools already, man. I'm done.
I'll
That'd be
take.
fun
They're
though.
leaving you on your
I
own.
know it's okay.
I'll take
Maybe
one.
It's okay.
I'm done.
But that would be kind of cool. We used to do like we would meet people at the park and play like
Yeah.
5-and-5, and then we would bully it. So we would like take a game off, like we were the number 1 seed, and then we would let everybody else play, and then we would play the winners.
Play like the championship, and
And
everyone
then
like battling.
We would
But
give
then
them
they
some
got
shoes or something.
then the kids got too good.
Yeah.
So we stopped doing it as much. We used to
Everyone.
like, all right, 5-on-5. We'll give you and your team sneakers for winning.
Yeah.
Everyone is too good.
And then now,
Everyone is too good for us.
You guys
now.
gonna beat players at the
Listen,
park, but you're gonna
we-
go pro in
we
Mexico.
played shoe surgeon.
that's him.
No, I carried a lot.
y'all
I
tripping,
pause.
We played in the Sioux Surgeon League.
Yeah.
We was like,
Shout out to
See,
Shoe
but that
surgeon.
was different.
that's not different. That's
Bro.
what basketball is.
No, the shoe surgeon. Have you seen that?
The
Like
what?
the facility they have, shoe surgeon. I don't know if
You
you've
ever
heard
heard
of
of
them.
Shoe Surgeon?
So it's like they customize shoes, but they created a
Okay.
whole like venue where you go in there and play basketball. They made a league, but the problem with the league, the ceilings are probably this high.
Oh,
so first of
no.
all, you can't even shoot how you're supposed
Yeah.
to shoot. The court's small, and then you got a bunch of 6-7 people jumping out the
Probably
gym.
like walls next to the court. Too.
Yeah, we had
Yeah, it's,
it
like,
was a
dangerous.
Thunder player in there the other day that I was
But
playing.
to defend ourselves, we played well enough for our roster. We missed a lot of big men. Our big man right here, he plays he's played basketball forever, but now he plays football professionally, so he can't play no more. So that's a
Can't
big.
play in the league anymore?
He plays.
he
in the
can.
NFL.
He
plays in
chooses
the
not
NFL.
to.
He just chooses not to help his friends win.
You don't want to mess
I
up
thought it
his.
was like a rule.
Nah, I think
No, it's not a rule.
He's just not gonna
No
do it. My wrist-
professional athletes in this league.
No,
He's not gonna risk his
We
bag,
tell him to
that's
play
all.
with us, but he rather us lose and laugh at us, so he
Got
can
it.
keep his bag.
Yeah.
So we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. So we won like 3 games, lost 3
We
close
won
games.
3 games. Not up to us though.
Yeah, one out of the playoffs. I held my own. I don't know about y'all.
I did
Yeah,
too.
man.
I led the league in assists.
Well, I can just say I didn't, and I understand why I gave up basketball. Playing with them, I'm washed. I'm done.
Just don't get hurt.
It's okay. We don't get hurt. We
done.
still want to have fun. We still have fun, and we take
Yeah.
competitive. We lost a few games by like single digit. We lost a few games by 20. Hopefully you can help us host here. Hopefully you can help us coach us.
Yeah, coach us.
I'll
Because you're
coach,
done.
yeah.
You're
Yeah,
done.
no playing.
So
Yeah.
we'll love your expertise.
Okay.
With the clipboard, helping us in shoe surgeon league because and if your boyfriend wants to play again, is it?
If I ever want to play
And if
again?
your boyfriend wants to play with us,
We need help.
we
Oh,
do.
my boyfriend.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
If he wants to hang out with us and play with us, we could use some height.
Okay.
But these guys, like they said, they're washed. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a whole nother team. I'll take one of them.
Yeah. I can't even make a layup no more, man.
So what other projects are you like working on now? Like what is the day in the life of you at this point?
Day in the life of me. Changes every single day.
Does
I
it?
bet.
I have some clothing coming out for
Oh.
Courtside Club.
Dope.
I'll make sure you guys get some stuff.
Yeah,
We are
that'd be dope.
finalizing that. Yeah. So hopefully February.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Super Bowl and All-Star are coming up, and then March Madness, and then Final Four. So like
Jeez.
these next couple months are normally pretty busy for me.
So you
Yeah.
feel like every or every major sporting event you're tackling in some way?
I've gotten more into football this past year.
Football's got more popular this year.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
And it's still from a standpoint, like I'm not going to act like I'm an expert in football because I'm not. I'm a fan. I know what's going on. I know a lot more than the average person.
Yeah.
But I still take it from like the entertainment side of sports like I do with everything else.
Makes sense.
But
Makes
yeah.
sense.
So I covered NFL honors last year, which was really fun.
Do you have a favorite football team?
Okay, so I'm from Ohio. I'm always going to root for the Browns.
Ooh.
But I've
gonna
been
be
riding
rooting
with the
for a long time.
Bengals
You better
because that's
switch to the
another
Bengals.
Ohio team.
You're gonna be rooting
Switch to
for
the
a
Bengals while you
long
can.
time.
Yo, those switch to the Bengals while you can. I feel like the Bengals may have. All right, out of the Bengals, it's Eagles, 49ers, and who's left?
Kansas City.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, who's winning the Super Bowl this year?
Who you got?
Bengals, I have to say it.
You have to-
I
you
was
have to
at the
say
Super
Bengals?
Bowl last year
They have a good chance though.
where they should have won.
They should have. Or they could have, but they didn't.
No, they should
They
have
should
won.
have.
That last play, Jamar Chase was wide open.
should have.
No, but
So
it was
they could've won.
also like all of a sudden the ball's on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, that too.
Like for the Rams. Like it was all these flags, then they get the ball at the 1 yard line. It's like, okay.
I feel like the Rams.
How did this happen?
The Rams pulled that one out randomly. Like they
But
got.
No, but I think that
It was at
never
home.
mind.
It was
Staged?
like I think it was
Nah,
I mean,
That's
I
what you
don't know
gotta say.
about staged or rigged or whatever, but I feel like that was the storyline that made the most sense for the Super Bowl being in LA.
Oh,
like
you know more than
figures.
us. This is
I mean-
insider
I know-
information.
No,
You
but
think about
it's
that
in
happened
LA.
twice,
Don't you
though.
want the LA team winning?
Yeah.
And you spend all this money on Super Bowl, all these events, all this everything. Like that makes more sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. And they randomly
Big
get
guys
Odell
like
back home.
retiring.
Yeah.
Didn't Tom Brady win the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay too, right? Did he win that year?
He won the year before
They
this.
played against the Rams, I think.
But
and they
wasn't
won.
it in Tampa Bay?
It was, yeah.
It was in Tampa Bay.
Conspiracy theory right there, man.
Conspiracy-
I'm not. Listen, I'm not.
She's giving us
She
the
knows
secret.
more.
No, I'm,
Give
I
us the
don't.
insider
I
trader.
actually,
You're unlocking
I
the
actually
matrix.
don't know. I was
Yeah,
just really wanted the Bengals to
She's
win, so
supposed
I
to
was
tell us.
pissed. And I was like, "There's no way that this many flags could lead to the easiest touchdown of the game."
I think
Aren't
I
you a
was
partner
four.
with like Caesars? Like
I was.
you were, so you're not anymore. Huh. Did you
Why
ever
not?
gamble? Did you ever do any sports betting?
Is he allowed to tell? Is she
Like-
allowed to tell us?
like micro, not like big money.
Right.
He's a heavy gambler.
I'm
Don't
not
say
a,
that. I'm not a heavy gambler. Don't do that. I'm not a heavy gambler. But go ahead. I'm listening.
Are
I'm
you?
pretty sure she
No,
got-
I'm not.
I'm pretty sure she got
gambling
some,
is
some outlets for you to
wrong.
talk to
I
about
think
it.
gambling is wrong or bad.
This how a gambler
It's
talks
a bad
when he lost
addiction.
a lot.
Wait,
It's a bad addiction.
No. Don't say that.
Okay,
You
I
could
see.
have a sports betting partner for this podcast.
See?
Yeah, see, look, come
put
on,
you on
man.
game.
Edit all of this out. We did not even
Don't
gonna
say
put that
it's
in.
bad.
She's a sports book. She's giving all
You
the
should
tips.
Hit us
say
up.
irresponsible sports betting is
You're
bad.
right. You're
Be
right.
Right.
responsible. That's why I said like micro gambling is fine, like a couple dollars here and there. I know I'm like too competitive to really gamble. I
Yeah,
just
I
get
can't.
too into it. You know what I mean?
Meaning, I agree.
Even like slot machines in Vegas. Like if I win once, I'm like, let's go.
Keep going. I love gambling on the table. Gambling could take you down a dark hole.
Oh, it's
when
crazy.
you-
Oh, yeah,
It's good and bad though. There's highs and then there's some lows. There's both.
He's just saying this because you told him to, so we get our deals.
You're not supposed to say that out loud.
Brand
either,
deal,
so
brand
you're
deal,
messing
brand
us
deal.
up.
Brand deal.
But I mean,
Okay, yeah, that
I
makes
appreciate
sense.
you pulling up on us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
We want to know. We
hopefully
want to
get you
know.
back
We
and
want to know
learn
next
some more.
time if you're in LA,
I got you.
if we have a 3-on-3 tourney, if we set it up by the time you come back, can you like host it?
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. Send us her invoice. We know it's a lot.
She retired. She
I
retired.
would love to host it.
That'd be super fun.
Because we want to get back into, because that's a good way for us to connect, like amazing way for us to connect to our fan base and our clients is like having a basketball thing where we could meet up with them and talk to them. We get to meet them and see them in person and like
Right.
compete with them, get them gifts. So we want to get back to that. We want to do it at a way bigger scale than what we used to do. So
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Fine.
perfect. Help us out. And if you want to hoop, you can hoop.
Is there anything that you
We're gonna
really,
get out of retirement somehow, somewhere.
before we like end it, I guess, is there anything like you really want to accomplish this year? Like, is there something you're looking forward to doing this year?
I want to keep growing courtside. We have a couple shows too with Jordan and Manny that we've packaged. I want to produce more, not even on camera, but we've had show ideas that we've had the last couple years. One of them we're close to getting off the ground, which would be really exciting just to see like EP of a show, you know? So working on that end and obviously just getting Courtside Club, the clothing going. But yeah, just stay tuned to my social media for everything
Courtside
else.
Club to the top.
Good.
Yeah,
I love it.
If you
Well,
need
thank
us
you.
on there,
Maybe
we'll be
if he makes it in Mexico, you'll be. A
Yeah,
guest on
maybe
the
you'll
show.
be interviewing me on my journey of my Mexican league or whatever Salvadorian
Start
league.
like a vlog
Mo, you hear this,
channel.
man? Have this shoe surgeon performance?
I hate my friends. I hate my
Okay,
friends.
man. Keep dreaming.
Thank you for coming and doing this
Thanks
with
for
us. We
having
really
me.
appreciate
Thank you,
it.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
so
Appreciate
much.
it.
You're in LA more, and see you soon.
Yeah,
See you
shout out
soon.
Vocal Group. Shout out QC, everybody, for tuning into this once again. Coolest
Appreciate y'all
podcast. in
kicking
Keep
the
it
world.
running for the bloopers.
Yeah, facts.
She said we did
Peace.
outtake show. Thank you, appreciate it.
Wait, what happens?
Oh, nothing.
That's it.
We're done.
And then now we
done.
do the bloopers. So
Now
this
do
is
the
like
bloopers.
the after part
This is the
where
after
we
part.
just
So now
like
it's
say
just-
You can
crazy
say you can
stuff.
say
Say
anything you
something
want to.
reckless.
Yeah,
Go.
we do some
Say
crazy stuff.
Say anything you want to say. Only
Go ahead,
fans
John.
dropping.
You already
OnlyFans
said when he said
dropping.
reckless that he about
I
to
am
play
very,
professional.
very,
Did you
very
say
blended.
OnlyFans
When the
drop?
OnlyFans dropping.
Oh, OnlyFans basketball 101.
That's crazy. We're gonna do like what's that movie? Love and Basketball.
Basketball.
Love Basketball
that's
Play
movie.
real.
Yeah.
Have you
Bring
and your
different
boyfriend ever
blends.
played 101 basketball?
I mean, yeah, like messing around,
But
but
not serious.
are you kidding?
You think
Why not? I think you're a good basketball player.
Right.
Right.
You never know.
Think he take it easy? You thought he'd take it easy?
Does
Like,
he
if
take
y'all-
it?
Yeah.
No, he
doesn't?
likes to send my shot to
Just out of for laughter.
the next state.
Good.
No,
you
but
know.
that's the one thing. Like, I'll think that I have space. Like, he'll be that far away
Yeah.
from me to shoot, and then all of a sudden it's like go
That-
gadget
that's
arms,
NBA.
like, out of there.
Yeah, that's
That's
NBA.
crazy.
There, you think you in front of
Different
them?
world.
Chase them.
It's a different world,
They're
bro.
taller,
Can imagine, man.
longer. Imagine.
That dream I gave up on.
It's just so
Mexico,
funny.
I gotta
You
go
really
play.
thought one day like I could have played in the NBA when I was a kid?
Well, cause I was OD when I was a kid, though. So
Everybody
I really,
was OD as a kid.
No, not everybody.
I was really OD. You
I
told
was
me,
really,
yeah.
really OD as a kid.
Oh, you never
I'm
say
serious.
never, right? We never have a ceiling. If you want to play in the NBA,
You got it.
right?
Okay.
I heard that.
There's
Yes.
be
the
realistic.
ceiling is the roof. Isn't that
Jeremy
what-
Lin did it.
Wait, is that
And
what
what's the other
Michael
dude? The
Jordan
Ryan
said?
dude.
said, right?
What's the Ryan dude that was Uber driving,
roof is
and then he's an
feeling
NBA
though,
player
man?
now? Don't give up on your dreams. Anybody that's listening, don't give up on your dreams. There's no ceiling.
There's no. I seen the Cowboys
No,
kicker
the,
miss
Don't give
4
up
the
on
field
Michael
goals.
Jordan clip when he's like at Carolina.
Yeah,
he's like the
he wasn't-
ceiling is the roof or the roof. Come on,
ceiling's the
you
roof.
guys
Roof
know
is the
what-
ceiling.
They're
Hold
not fans
up.
of Michael Jordan.
What's
You know
the
what
What's
I'm
the
talking
quote?
about.
They're not fans of Michael Jordan.
I'm not.
He's doing
No.
this whole like inspirational talk to these kids, and he's like, "The ceiling is the roof."
See, that's it.
nah.
Just the roof.
If it's this roof,
Yes,
it's not
that's what he
that.
said.
But that's perfect for him.
If it's this roof, it
'Cause he
ain't that high,
got
my boy. Yeah, I gotta talk to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
if you
Oh,
Oh no,
wanna
man,
have a combo.
MJ, that's him
He
defensively
in a
telling people
one-bedroom
you're not gonna be
studio
like
apartment
me.
with his ceiling.
Ceiling. It's something something of the sort.
My ceiling is the
Yeah,
top
I
of my
wanna hear
Jeep.
it.
I
Yeah, the
hit that
ceiling is the
years
roof.
ago.
The
Never had a
ceiling
jump
is the
shot.
roof.
Yeah.
This roof is kind of small.
That's your ceiling.
Yeah, you
That's
can't.
my ceiling. Your
gonna-
ceiling's outside, Roger?
Hey, my ceiling done, brother.
The ceiling is the roof.
The ceiling is
stop.
that's it. Hey MJ, we love you,
But I
man.
think he thought he
hey.
was like doing
thought he
something.
was-
That is some
That is
crazy advice right there.
No, but he can do no
the
wrong.
clapping at the end is the hype.
The
though.
clap, they just clapping at Michael
They
Jordan.
just whatever they hear, whatever Michael
Hey,
Jordan
well,
says,
if
you
you
start
got those guys,
clapping.
the ceiling is the roof. If you need to open a hole in it, then you have the sky's the limit. But right now, it's the roof.
Appreciate
We
you.
have our next guest. We have our next guest to announce.